Welcome to today's Explainer. We're tackling something absolutely crucial but honestly kinda dreaded, getting your Colorado state ID. Okay, let's just dive right into it.
Have you ever found yourself in a massive bind just because you didn't have a valid ID? Yeah, we've all felt that panic. Not having the right ID when you literally need it to board a flight, start a new job, or even just open a bank account, it can bring your whole life to a screeching halt. It's basically the key to smoothly participating in modern society.
But here's the good news. Getting your Colorado state ID is actually way easier than you might think. If you've been putting this off because, well, navigating state bureaucracy is pretty intimidating, don't worry. This process is totally manageable. We've dug through all the official guidelines, the fine print, the fee schedules, the whole shebang, and distilled it into a super clear, step-by-step roadmap for you. So, here's the roadmap for today. Number 1, preparation and eligibility. Number 2, the application process. Number 3, acing your DMV visit. Number 4, receiving your state ID. And number 5, troubleshooting and resources.
All right, Section 1, Preparation and Eligibility, the document matrix.
So, Colorado's system is actually incredibly inclusive. They offer 2 main pathways for IDs. First up is the Real ID. That's the one compliant with federal standards for U.S. citizens and permanent residents. But there's also the Standard ID, authorized under Senate Bill 251. This is huge because it ensures that residents who are undocumented or temporarily lawfully present also have a clear, established path to getting proper identification.
Now, if you look at the state's official matrix of identification requirements, you'll see the DMV breaks down what you need into very strict categories, like identity, age, name, and lawful presence. Figuring out exactly how the DMV classifies these documents is pretty much the secret sauce to a smooth application.
Let's break this down a bit more, because this is where people usually hit a wall. For a Real ID, again, that's for U.S. citizens and permanent residents, you need a standalone identity document. We're talking an unexpired U.S. passport or a certified birth certificate. Plus, you've got to show proof of your social security number. Now, on the flip side, for a Standard ID, you'll bring in things like a foreign passport, a consular ID, or a military ID from your home country. And here's the kicker. While Real ID requires that social security number and lawful presence, the Standard ID pathway actually exempts you from the SSN requirement. Instead, you just sign an affidavit saying you live in Colorado and will adjust your status when you're eligible.
Okay, here is a crucial point, proving you actually live in Colorado. If you're going for the Real ID, you absolutely must bring 2 distinct proofs of a physical address. Standard ID applicants, you typically just need 1. Acceptable documents include a utility bill, a lease agreement, or a bank statement. But let me emphasize this, guys. They literally have to be dated within 1 year of your application. Seriously, no exceptions on that one.
Moving right along to Section 2, the application process, tips and fees.
I've got a major pro tip for you here to build your strategy. Before you even set foot in an office, use the online pre-registration. Gather your docs, hop onto the MyDMV portal, punch in your details like your legal name and emergency contacts, and print out that confirmation barcode. Doing this beforehand is a real game changer. It acts as an intake portal and speeds up your in-person visit so much.
As for the cost, a new Standard ID or Real ID is exactly $14, assuming you're under 60 years old. But if you are 60 or older, it is completely free. Just a nice little perk for hitting that milestone, right? Oh, and as a quick aside, if you're getting a duplicate because you lost yours, it's $12.30 for that first replacement. When it's time to pay up, the DMV takes cash, personal checks, and major credit cards. Though, heads up, cards do come with a 2.25% plus 75-cent portal fee. Just be careful with checks. Third-party and payroll checks are a hard no. They will be systematically rejected. And this is an absolutely crucial warning. If your check bounces because of non-sufficient funds, you are looking at a strict $71 penalty for a returned short check. Trust me, you definitely want to avoid that costly mistake. All right, Section 3, acing your DMV visit, appointments and expectations.
Listen, walk-ins are basically a thing of the past. Appointments are totally mandatory. You can schedule online at the MyDMV portal, over the phone at 303-205-5600, or through their community partners. And keep in mind, these slots can book up to 60 days out, so you really need to get on the calendar well in advance to secure your spot.
Now, to help you avoid the most common mistake people make, check out this direct quote from the DMV's address rules. No junk mail, bulk mail, credit card offers, personal checks, magazines, handwritten envelopes, or forwarding labels. Seriously, if you bring any of that stuff to prove your address, they'll reject your application on the spot. Make sure you're only bringing official accepted mail.
So what exactly goes down once you're inside the office? Let's walk through it so you know exactly what to expect with zero surprises. First, a staff member will do a thorough document review, which is where having all your paperwork perfectly organized really pays off. Depending on your ID, there might be a vision screening, where you look into a machine to read some letters. Also, under Colorado law, fingerprinting is required for all applicants, so be ready for that. And lastly, a brand new photo. Remember the rules. Absolutely no eyeglasses allowed, though eye patches are fine. No hats or headwear unless it's for religious reasons, and skip the bulky clothing like thick hoodies. They need to see your neck and shoulders clearly.
Next up, Section 4, Receiving Your State ID, the Waiting Game.
The timeline for this is actually super straightforward. On day 1, right when you finish your appointment, they'll hand you a temporary paper ID. It's valid, but yeah, it's just paper. Then, somewhere between days 10 and 14, your shiny new physical ID should arrive in the mail. If day 30 rolls around and your mailbox is still empty, that is your hard deadline to contact the DMV office and report it missing. Don't let it slide past day 30.
And finally, Section 5, Troubleshooting in Resources. Where to get help.
If things don't go perfectly, don't panic. Colorado actually has some amazing resources to keep in your back pocket. For those who can't easily get to a brick-and-mortar office, the state runs DMV2Go mobile services that travel around. If you're just looking to renew later on, the online renewal portal is highly efficient. And if you need hands-on help, especially navigating the standard ID process, the DMV has teamed up with several community nonprofit organizations.
To give you an idea, these community partners are spread all over the state. Places like the Sheridan School District in Inglewood, Alianza Norco, and the Mesa County Library District in Grand Junction. They all partner with the DMV to help folks get their SB 251 standard IDs. They'll literally sit down and help you prepare your documents and even schedule your appointment. And the absolute best part, their assistance is completely free.
One quick thing though, you definitely need to pay attention to the fine print regarding document exceptions. For example, if you have documents from your home country that aren't in English, you have to bring a certified English translation that includes a very specific typed translator statement. Or, if your name changed because of a marriage or divorce, you must bring the original physical court-ordered name change documents.
Before we wrap up, here's our evergreen disclaimer. Always double-check procedures and requirements on the official Colorado DMV website. As we all know, state bureaucracy, fees, and forms can change in a heartbeat. We've given you the roadmap today, but the official DMV site is always going to be your absolute final source of truth.
All right, we've covered the prep, the application, the physical DMV visit, and all the resources at your disposal. Now that you know the exact steps and see just how manageable this whole thing really is, what's stopping you from getting your Colorado ID today? Gather up those docs, book that appointment, and take confident action to secure your ID. Thanks so much for hanging out with me for this explainer, and keep on learning.